Neuralabs, Tokenizing Intelligence. We begin with a simple concept, transforming a developer's code into a living intelligent agent. But how do you take that intelligence and make it accessible, secure, and profitable? To understand the power of this, let's follow Sarah's journey. Sarah wants to create a digital persona, an AI that represents her professional profile, always up to date with her latest work and data. But, as she starts, she immediately faces significant hurdles. The development is complex, the independent server costs are high, and ensuring constant uptime, that's a relentless hassle. This is where Neuralabs changes the game for her. Let's watch how she overcomes these challenges. First, she securely connects her existing Coinbase wallet to the Neuralabs platform. Sarah opens the Neuralabs Visual Flow Builder. This is her canvas. She begins dragging and dropping blocks to create the agent's logic. First, an API block to pull in her resume data. Next, a web scraper to fetch her latest publications and articles. This data is piped into AWS Titan for initial processing and understanding. Then, the processed data flows to AWS Nova, a more advanced model for complex reasoning and generating natural conversation. And here's the important part. She adds AWS guardrails to ensure the agent's responses are always professional and factually accurate before producing an output. With the logic complete, Sarah clicks Publish. This is where Neuralabs' unique architecture comes into play. Her entire workflow is bundled, encrypted, and minted as an NFT on the blockchain to ensure her intellectual property is secure. We don't store the agent's logic on-chain. Instead, the encryption keys are split and distributed across multiple independent Neuralabs servers using Shamir's secret sharing. This means no single party, not even Neuralabs, can access her raw workflow. Now for a critical step. Given the agent financial autonomy, each AI NFT gets its own crypto wallet. We create this wallet using Coinbase CDP, then transfer full control to our smart contract, and the private keys are immediately destroyed. This makes the process truly trustless. Only the NFT's smart contract can ever authorize a transaction. This digital persona is for her personal use, allowing anyone to interact with it for free while the agent pays for its own operational fees from the wallet she just funded. But after weeks of great results, Sarah sees a bigger opportunity. She realizes her digital persona technology could help others. She evolves the agent into a powerful resume analyzer and decides it's time to monetize! This monetization plan is enabled by 3 smart contracts deployed upon creation. An agent wallet contract to handle the funds, a monetization contract to define the payment rules, and a service-level agreement contract to guarantee performance. For now, Sarah sets monetization to pay per use, but disables it for public use, funding the agent's wallet herself to cover its operational costs. Her AI is now officially a business. Ready for customers!
Now let's meet James. He's a job seeker who needs to polish his resume and check his digital footprint. He connects his own Coinbase wallet to Neuralabs. To interact with agents, he creates an agenetic wallet. This special wallet is designed for autonomous micropayments and is also secured by Neuralock. The keys are only accessible through his Coinbase signature, giving him secure, self-custodial control over how his agents spend funds. James browses the Neuralabs marketplace and discovers Sarah's resume analyzer. He sees the monetization terms she set, a small fee for each analysis. He selects the pay-as-you-go option to get started. When James submits his resume, a detailed process begins. And we're off! Front-end fires the request straight to Neuralabs back-end. Bang! Back-end's on it immediately. Pinging the base chain node. Oh, it's checking the smart contract now, verifying access right, checking IP cost. This is lightning fast, folks. Here we go. The request slams into the Neura execution engine. It's calculating maximum platform cost computed. But wait, it's not done. Straight to the Neura ledger it goes. High-speed graph database query incoming. Checking existing credits. Boom, got it. The system's juggling numbers now, net amount calculated. And here comes the X402 request. Standard HTTP header, pre-authorized payment payload, straight from James's agentic wallet. This is incredible! The X402 facilitator catches it. Verification in progress, verified, green light. The execution engine is go, go, go. Making that API call to AWS Bedrock, analysis running, output streaming back. We're flying here. Backend catches the final output. Token cost received. Settlement request launched to the Neuralabs. Signed proof from USDC contract attached. Transaction processing. Processing confirmed. The ledger's doing the math. Actual versus pre-authorized. Updating James. Updating the platform. Everyone's balanced. And finally, the complete response lands safely back with James's client. What a ride! By bundling thousands of these microtransactions before settling, we dramatically reduce blockchain costs, making true pay-per-use AI a reality.
But this is just the beginning. Neuralabs provides the complete ecosystem for the future of decentralized AI. Our mission? Democratize AI. Our vision? A world where every developer can earn from their AI creations. We're making it simple to build models and flows. Drag, drop, deploy, and start earning. No complex setups, no middlemen. Just pure innovation meeting instant monetization. But that's just the beginning. We're not just building a marketplace. We're creating an entire agent ecosystem. Imagine agents talking to agents, collaborating autonomously, creating value chains we haven't even dreamed of yet. The future isn't just automated, it's interconnected. Welcome to Neuralabs, Tokenizing Intelligence. But talk is one thing, seeing is believing. We've built the ecosystem, but how does a developer actually use it? Jessica, let's get our hands dirty and walk through a real-world flow.
Happy to. Hey there, everyone. I'll be giving you a brief demo of Neuralabs in action. First things first, you need to connect to the platform. We'll start by securely connecting our Coinbase wallet.
Standard passkey procedure, secure, simple, I like it.
Exactly. And once we're in, you'll see Neuralabs has automatically created an agent wallet for me.
An agent wallet. So my AI gets its own pocket money?
You could say that. It's a separate CDP-based wallet that it's used to pay for operational costs, like API calls or data processing, etc., using X402. Let me fund it. The key here is that the agent wallet doesn't require my permission for every single one of those microtransactions. It's autonomous, making the whole system frictionless.
Ah, so it can't go rogue and buy 1,000 digital pizzas. It's just for paying its dues. Clever.
Precisely. Now, let's head to the access management portal. This is where you can see all the agents you've built or have been given access to. We'll select this demo flow and jump into the flow builder.
Whoa, that looks like a proper command center.
It is, and it's all drag and drop. As you can see, we have blocks for different services. We've used AWS blocks for our Nova and Titan models, blockchain blocks for wallet interactions, and even Akash network blocks for running open source models like Llama.
So you can visually script how the AI thinks and what tools it uses?
You got it. You define the logic, the data sources, the models, everything. We can also add MCPs or custom logics, etc., etc. And once you're happy with your creation, you can export the entire flow as an image for presentations or as a YAML file if you want to manage your agent as code. Infrastructure as code, but for intelligence. Very cool. Now for the fun part. Let's chat with an agent. I can use the / command to see all the agents I have access to. I'll select $F price fetch and ask it to convert $5 to ETH, searching the latest price from the web.
$8 price fetch, I see. And you're specifically asking it to use a web search, not an API?
Exactly. Just for this example, we're forcing it to scrape the web so we can see how it handles less structured data. And there's the magic. I've already monetized this agent. The X402 payment was just required and instantly settled from my agentic wallet, permissionless and instant. Now the flow is executing. You can see it's using the search MCP to query the web and then a web crawler to extract the information. And look at this. The Nova model is smart enough to know that web scraping isn't ideal. It's recommending that for reliable data, we should use a proper API. The agent has context about its own workflow.
That's fantastic. It's not just a dumb tool, it understands its own limitations. You mentioned the payment. Can we see the proof?
Of course. Here's the payment on chain. Notice it was sent from the Agentic wallet, not my main Coinbase wallet. Secure, sandboxed, and fully auditable. Okay, for our next trick, let's perform an actual on-chain transaction. I'll ask an agent to send that same amount of ETH to a specific address.
Oh, you're switching agents mid-conversation. Won't that lose all the context?
Normally, you'd use the same agent, but I'm doing this deliberately to show that Neuralabs can retain context even when switching between different agents. It's part of building a truly interconnected ecosystem. All right, the new agent has picked up the context and built the transaction proposal. X402 payment is done. And here's the critical difference. I get an execute transaction option. I'll click it and notice the final approval comes from my main Coinbase wallet.
Got it. The Agentic wallet is for the agents to pay their own way. But for a user to actually spend their money, it requires a direct, secure signature from their personal wallet.
You've nailed it. It's the perfect balance of autonomy and security. And transaction successful. We can check the updated balance, and it's all reflected. So there you have it, from building a flow to permissionless agent payments to secure user-approved transactions. The entire life cycle, handled right here.
That was brilliant, Jessica. It really shows how we're moving from complex code to intuitive, monetizable, and autonomous intelligence. Thank you for that amazing walkthrough.
My pleasure. Thanks everyone for watching.